It was 2:17 a.m. in Nassau, Bahamas. The rain had started to fall gently against the windows. The kind of rain that made most men sleep deeper, but not Dr. Myles Munroe. He sat at his desk, pen in hand, journal open, but the ink hadn't touched the page. There was a question haunting him, a question that wouldn't let him rest. Have I truly emptied everything? He had written books, spoken to kings, touched lives across the globe. But something in his spirit whispered, "There's more." Suddenly, the lights flickered. The wind outside shifted. The air became thick. Like something was waiting, he stepped outside. The rain didn't touch him. It curved around him like he was walking through a dream. Then he heard it, not with his ears, but inside him. "Myles, walk with me." He didn't flinch. He didn't question. He closed the door behind him, barefoot, notebook still in hand, and walked into the night. He walked for hours, through streets he'd known all his life, now strange and unfamiliar. He passed sleeping houses, quiet churches, a lone light flickering at a gas station. Then the road turned to dirt, and the dirt to sand, and the sand to wind. And suddenly, he was standing on the edge of the ocean. The sea was violent, angry. Dark clouds circled above like vultures. And yet, he stepped forward. The wind howled. Lightning cracked the sky like a whip, revealing shadows that danced like angels. Or were they memories? He saw faces, people he had mentored, people he had failed to reach, visions of what he had done and what he hadn't. And then the storm spoke. "Why do you run from me, purpose?" He fell to his knees. "I have given all," he cried. "I have written, I have taught, I have served." But the storm whispered again. "You have poured, yes, but did you burn? Did you die empty or comfortable?" He began to tremble, not from fear, but from truth. Then came silence. The sea calmed, and through the mist walked a figure, radiant yet familiar. It was himself, but not the version the world had seen. This Myles Munroe was fire, eyes like torches, hands glowing with unspoken potential. He looked at the real Myles and said, "This is the you that heaven sent, the version buried deep beneath duty, applause, and schedule. I am what you were born to become." Myles wept. He had thought he had arrived, but now he saw he was only becoming. When he opened his eyes, the storm was gone. The beach was quiet. The wind was still. In his hand, the notebook was full. Every page, words he had never written, messages he had never preached, books that had not yet been published. He walked back slowly, like a man who had touched heaven and survived. As he reached his home, the morning sun was rising. His wife opened the door and gasped, "Your eyes, they're different." "I met myself," he whispered, "and I'm not done yet." That morning, he stood before a group of young leaders. He held up the notebook and said, "Last night, I died. Not physically, but purposefully. I met the man I was always supposed to be." He looked them in the eyes. The greatest tragedy is not death. It is living without becoming. Don't just do what's expected. Do what's assigned. Don't chase success. Chase obedience. Don't die full. Die empty. And they listened, and they wrote, and they changed the world. The night Myles Munroe walked into the storm, he did not find fear. He found the fire of who he was always meant to be, and from that fire, he lit torches in the hearts of millions. Purpose is not a place, it's a person, the version of you that God dreamed before time began. So ask yourself today, have I met me yet? And when I do, will I recognize him?